life is too short and too precious for us to live these lives where we're constantly comparing ourselves, or we're not happy, or we're judging other people, we're judging ourselves, or then we're judging others. So I've been really sitting here trying to figure out if I want to film some content or not, but this one was coming unraveled. Look how long my hair is getting, you guys. Yeah, I've been sitting here thinking if I want to film something or not, because I've been doing a lot of inner shadow work, inner healing on myself. Oh, I wonder if that sound, I always wonder if these frequency sounds get copyrighted. But yeah, I just wanted to talk because I've been feeling very blocked when it comes to creating content, but I also know that I'm going through a transitional phase in my life right now where I'm doing a lot of inner shadow work. I guess that's what you would call it, is shadow work, because my understanding is like shadow work is whenever you're going inward and uncovering things about yourself, learning about yourself, learning about, certain triggers and things like that, and healing those triggers, healing those wounds and stuff of that nature. So that's what I would call it, shadow work. With that being said, since I've been in this transitional stage, I've been in a transitional stage for a long time. Like in 2016, my mom passed away. And after my mom passed away, I guess I would say I went through something called a spiritual awakening. That's what resonated with me most whenever I was kind of uncovering what I was going through during that time. But yeah, I went through like my first round of a spiritual awakening, and I feel like I'm going through something similar to that all over again now. I'm 28 years old and I lost my mom when I was 23 years old. So 5 years later, I feel like I'm going through a shift in my life where I've been seeking mental clarity, because it just feels like that's what I'm called to do right now in my life, because I do feel like there's a lot of blockages. There's a lot of things that's been like stopping me from creating the way that I know that I want to create. And I feel like I need to allow myself the space and the time to do that. I just recently moved to Texas 4 months ago, and moving to Texas was very transformative for my life. You guys don't know, and I don't know what I'm going to be comfortable with sharing with you guys, but whenever I was living in Las Vegas, I learned a lot, but I would definitely say that it got to a point where I was no longer happy with where I was in my life. There's so much that I want to talk to you guys about, but I just don't know where to get started. A lot of the stuff that I talk to like my friends and family and close people in my life about, I want to talk to you guys about, because I feel like it's just so essential to your overall peace and happiness in life. I know that there's something bigger than me that I'm supposed to do in this life, and just based on something just deeper in my spirit, I just know that me continuing to share my journey is going to help a lot of people. I don't know how right now, and I know like whenever you're moving on faith, it's not about knowing the how, it's just about the believing and continuing to take those steps in the direction that feels right, even though you don't actually see the path. The path will continue to get revealed to you as long as you surrender and trust that the universe is always guiding you, So with that being said, since I moved to Texas about 4 months ago, September, October, November, December, 5 months, dang. So I've been here for 4 months already, for 4.5 months. That's crazy. The time flew by. Even though I felt like I have grown so much since I moved here, the time really flew by, because as humans, we're mentally always wanting more than what we currently have in front of us. So it's like right now, since we moved, I see that my timeline has shifted, my path has shifted. What I thought that I wanted when I was back in Las Vegas, it has changed, and for me to figure out what I'm meant to be doing next, I have to be able to let go of the identity or the person who I thought that I was before when I was living there, because honestly I wasn't happy. You guys, there's so many of you guys that I inspired, to start your businesses, and I'm so grateful for that. There's so many of you guys that say that, my story has helped you with your healing. And with that being said, like, I shared stuff about my business, but the other parts that I've talked about throughout sharing that business journey is what I feel like I'm called to share more of, and I feel like that has something to do with my deeper purpose, because like ever since I went through that traumatic experience, I kind of try to let my dogs bark it out sometimes, because I just always think about parenting, and I'm like, I feel like it's so often that parents just yell at their kids, shut up, but it's just like, can you let the kids be kids? I know dogs and kids are two separate things, but as a kid, I was loud, I wasn't perfect. I like to have fun. I like to laugh. I like to like shout out, whatever. And dogs, they're beings as well. Sometimes they need to express themselves. And like growing up, it's like so often where you hear kids are meant to be seen and not heard, and da 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 da. You ask questions and parents will tell you, because I said so, or etc. Like when naturally as beings, we're expressive, we question things, we have to learn sometimes from doing something that we probably weren't supposed to do, but that's how you learn, is through experience, not always being told what not to do. Because if you're constantly told what not to do, then you don't have that trait of being able to take risks or step into the unknown. Maybe that didn't make no fucking sense. So since we moved here, I realized that my timeline has shifted. Whenever I was living back in Las Vegas, the idea of having this business, it did excite me, you know, but I do feel like there has been a lot of resistance in my business. The fire and the spark and the excitement of that slowly drifted away. Especially once I moved, I was just like, this feels like a lot of resistance. Like, I'm not supposed to be doing this anymore. I don't know what I'm supposed to do next. I know I still love doing makeup and I love the creative aspects of that, but honestly, I haven't been doing makeup as much lately. I do genuinely love the art of doing makeup, you know, like I love anything that has to do with like arts and crafts, DIY, creativity. I love to cook. I love to do a lot of things that are just creative, like expressive in that way. So for there to be some sort of blockage, I'm just like, all right, that means there's some area that I need to let go of, you know? When it comes to my cosmetic line, like making cosmetics long term, I don't think I see that continuing to be in my future, like long term, you know, like right now it's okay, it's cool, but for me to be able to expand and scale and to explore more avenues about myself, it's not going to be something I'm going to want to do long term. You know, if I sell cosmetics, I feel like ideally I would want it to be manufactured, you know, not me the one making it, you know, like just shipping out products. Like I'm shipping my products and then when I'm able to hire somebody, they can help me ship my product. But as far as actually manufacturing that, I don't want to do that long term because manufacturing products takes so much time and I have so much more to offer. You know, I feel like creating these products in this way has taken away from the value that I truly have to add to the world, to the collective consciousness, to the uplifting of others, of other women, of encouraging people to live a peaceful life and to be grateful for what they do have, you know? I love makeup, but I don't love the concept of people feeling like they're not beautiful without that. I don't know if it's because I'm a Gemini, but I feel like I very much identify with being a Gemini because there's two sides of me. You know, there's like dark and light. There is someone who likes to just embrace being super natural, authentic, and just me, and earthing and grounding and being out in nature. And then there's another side of me that likes the vanity, you know, that likes makeup, that likes to like dress up this beautiful human body that I get to live in, you know, adorning my body, adorning this vessel, you know. But I feel like there needs to be a healthy balance. If you genuinely don't feel happy when you don't have nails on, when you don't have your makeup on, when you don't have your hair done, if you don't feel happy, having those things will not make you feel happy. So that's why for me, it's important for me to do a lot of inner work. So whenever I am doing my makeup, whenever I am tapping into those creative aspects in that way that is a form of vanity, that it's still in alignment because I feel good, you know? It's always so important for me to feel good with me, who I am at my core, my heart, my spirit, being peaceful, you know, showing up for myself in ways that allows me to show up better for others, you know? So when it came to having this business, I kept feeling pressured to need to restock as soon as things sold out. And I don't like feeling that sort of pressure because I don't like feeling like I'm letting anyone else down, because selling business products means that if I'm not re-upping the products that I'm offering for other businesses consistently, then those people cannot restock the products that they need for their business. And you know, that business might be something that is allowing them to pay their bills. And for me, that's a lot of pressure, you know, because I'm still figuring life out. I'm still learning how to be responsible. I'm not completely closing my business down. I'm just letting go of the aspect of my business that I felt like was taking me away from myself. It's a lot of different moving parts whenever it comes to running a wholesale business or providing products for other businesses, you know. And if you're doing it on your own, which I was, it's a lot of work, you know. Like my boyfriend, he did help me out sometimes, but when we were back in Las Vegas, he had his own moving company, and now that we're here, he's in school and he works, you know. He's doing what he needs to do for his own specific journey. And for me, I felt like having that business was taking me away from what I'm meant to be doing. And content creation is something that I always loved to do. I loved, you know, talking on camera. I loved engaging with you guys, but it was just a lot. Like sometimes I'll be trying to sleep at night and I'll feel myself like I can't sleep because I'm thinking about what I need to restock. I didn't have a lot of experience with any rude customers, which I'm super, super grateful for. Like I had a few little awkward issues here and there, and I only got a couple chargebacks the whole time when I was offering products for other businesses, but I still have a few things left in stock, you guys. They're all marked down, so I'll link that down below for you guys if you guys do have a lip gloss business and you guys need products. I still have some kits left, a few bases. The pigments, I think they're sold out or almost sold out. But yeah, it's a lot to manage. And because I need to be there more for myself so I can figure out really what I'm meant to be doing, I had to let go. You know, to be able to transform into a completely new identity, you have to be able to let go of what you thought you knew and who you thought you were so you can shift into who you're meant to be. With that being said, I encourage you guys to go inward and do the work. If you feel stuck, if you feel stagnant, if you feel unhappy, start to question these areas in your life to try and figure out what is it that's causing this blockage. You know, like for me, I've been slowly but surely picking away at it and, you know, finding ways to ground myself, finding ways to show up for myself, like journaling and doing yoga, spending time outside, spending time with my dogs. You know, the more I show up for myself, the more I can show up for my man, the more I can show up for my dogs, because eventually, like, I want to have kids. I want to be able to show up for myself and heal my wounds, heal my trauma, so then I can be an amazing mother, you know, so I can give my kids what I didn't have growing up, you know, stability, unconditional love. You know, like my mom loved me to the best of her abilities, but she did have her own struggles, you know, and I know that I learned a lot from her. I learned a lot of what to be and what not to be. You guys can take that with a grain of salt or take that how you take it, but our parents are constantly teaching us who to be and who not to be, because I can't speak for you guys, you know, but I know that a lot of people grew up with trauma in the household. Even if they had an amazing parent that treated them really well, they sometimes still whoop them really bad, you know, and that kind of like, it creates this sense of confusion when it comes to what unconditional love is, you know. Because to love someone unconditionally is to love them without judgment. When your parents beat you, it's because you are not fitting what they feel like, you know, what you're supposed to be doing. For example, let's say your child uses a curse word, right? And you use curse words, but then you hit them for saying something they're not supposed to say, but they heard you say it, you know, so that's confusing. So then you're judging them, you're hitting them because you're trying to force them to do what? Like, how does that fix the problem? How does hitting a child for doing something that they learned from this world, how does that fix it? You're scaring them and then they're growing up fearful. That's a whole nother topic for a whole nother video, but like seriously, I just want to be my best self so I can show up in the world as a light in the world. I want to be a light to my children, spreading love, living a joyous life and spreading love, being peaceful, you know, being thankful, being grateful. Like, life is too short and too precious for us to live these lives where we're constantly comparing ourselves, or we're not happy, or we're judging other people, we're judging ourselves, so then we're judging others, blaming ourselves, so then we're blaming others, constantly feeling the need to blame somebody for something. When life is what it is, you have the choice on how you choose to show up. You do, you know? Healing is a painful process because healing requires you to open to back up a lot of wounds that we may have put a band-aid over and try to pretend like it didn't happen. But the more that we resist our wounds, you know, the more tension that's building up in that area, and eventually it's going to spill out. So you have to do the work. It's going to spill out into your career, into your relationships, into your friendships. So you got to show up for yourself first so you can show up in the world. That's why I've been doing all this inner work, because I want to be able to create content and not judge myself because I allowed what others were projecting on me to make me feel different about myself, whenever I know that me being authentic is part of my journey, is part of what I'm meant to be doing. Like, encouraging you guys to show up for yourself. I'm not telling you guys to do any of the things that I did when it came to my business. I'm just sharing my journey. That's what I was doing then, and that's what I'm going to continue to do, is just to share my journey and speak my truth. I don't know if I got any points across in this video at all, but I just felt the need to talk and check in. Checking in with you guys also allows me to check in with myself. This journey of seeking clarity has been very, very transformative for me, and I really don't know exactly what I'm meant to be doing right now, but I'm not rushing myself to figure that out. So that's why I needed to be able to let go of my business in that way. You'll have lip glosses that you guys can shop. If you guys want to support me, you know, support me in my brand and my channel, and support me in this journey of life, you know, feel free to shop my lip glosses or my lip scrubs. I'll have that link down below. If and when I choose to add more products, I will do so. My intention is not to close down Shelly's Daughter Beauty. That's not my intention at all. My intention is to just continue to do what's authentic in alignment with me. And as humans, we're constantly changing what we want. Our visions are constantly changing. At this age, I could judge myself so hard and be like, you're 28 years old, you should have it figured out by now, you should know what you want to do. But then who says? Just like in the book Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill, he talks about, you know, some people, they figure it out when they figure it out. You know, some people figure it out, whatever that is, you know, they become successful in their late 40s, early 40s, whatever, you know, whatever age. My point is just, it's never too late to figure out what you're meant to be doing, and never too late to change. It's never too late to let go. If something just no longer makes you happy, like why continue to do it? Life is too short, like I said. If you're not happy, make the shift, make the change, and do the work. Can't blame other people if you're not choosing different. And even then, you shouldn't put the blame on anybody. Hold yourself accountable for your own actions, for your own reactions, hold yourself accountable for not doing the work. You know, don't judge other people and project onto other people because you're not doing the work in your life. Be happy. Love on yourself so you can love on others. Like, when has being mean to anyone ever served anyone? Never. Doesn't exist. So, you know, just do your best to be kind and be loving. Spread love. I can't stress that enough. It's just that's what we need more of in this life, is more love. We got to continue to break these curses so we can continue to create more love in this world. Teach our children how to live life through love and not judge. Growing up in LA, I experienced so much judgment growing up. So much judgment on your type of clothes, if you can afford to do this and that. And I know that's where a lot of my negative belief stems from, is the type of things that I heard growing up and the way that I was raised. Super sheltered. I was raised in a very fearful way because my mom was always trying to protect me. You know, she projected a lot of her fear onto me, but she also did such a good job at teaching me a form of love that a lot of people don't get to experience, you know? And I have so much to open up to you guys about, but I feel like I'm gonna stop this video here because there's so much that I can share. Whew, there's so much that I can share. You guys do not know me. And I'm excited to allow you guys to get to know me a little better, but I am a very, very, very private person. I can be very sensitive, but I think that that's also a blessing in disguise. Me being so sensitive allows me to be understanding and empathic and loving and kind. Like, it's all connected. Who I am so proud of the person that I am, continuing to be proud of the person that I'm becoming. I know my mom is so proud of me. She is proud of me. I am breaking so many curses through working on myself, man. Like, it's beautiful. Our ancestors are proud of me. I'm proud of me. And that's the most important thing, is for you to be proud of yourself. Excuse me. I'm excited for this journey that I'm going on. I have so much content that I want to share with you guys. So many different types of content. Story times, like just sharing so much more with you guys. Continuing to show you guys how I do my makeup because I love doing makeup. Continuing to share this journey of figuring out what it's meant for me to do. But I feel like a big part of my journey is sharing the journey, because I've been through so much stuff that I feel like is so relatable to so many different people. I'm not going to please everybody, but I know that there's people out there that my story and my journey can help. And the more that I share my journey, more people relate to me. That helps me out too. Like, you guys sharing your stories with me helps me so much. Like, I'm constantly being reminded that I'm not alone in this world. Somebody else is experiencing what you're experiencing. And as women, we need to be there for each other. Instead of continuing to judge and tear down, it's uplift and help and love. This world is so wicked already, you know, and as women, we have been over-sexualized, we have been traumatized, so many of us have been abused in different ways. There's so much trauma. So we have a lot of healing to do, you know, because we can continue to go on with our days and pretend like everything is okay, but everything will be okay when you continue to work on yourself and heal. You know, if you're not doing the work, it's gonna spill over. Forgiving the people who hurt you is hard. I had to do so much forgiveness, you guys. I have so much that I could talk to you guys about, that I will share with you guys about. I have daddy issues I can talk to you guys about, that I will talk to you guys about. Not just from my biological father. I'm still getting to know him, and I do believe that I'm gonna meet him one day, and when I do, I believe I'm gonna vlog it and share that with you guys, and it's gonna be so beautiful. It's gonna be a beautiful experience. I could hope that I meet him in this lifetime, because he seems like a cool guy. I've talked to him multiple times on the phone over the years, like, you know, and I still try to find forgiveness in my heart and love him unconditionally, because working on learning to love myself unconditionally allows me to continue to love him unconditionally and understand that he is always doing the best that he can with what he has. And because he's working on his self, I can only respect that, you know. But I have a lot of daddy issues from father figures that were in my life. Whew. I don't know how I've uncovered so much. My boyfriend just messaged me to make him a plate of food because I cooked some food. He's gonna come home real quick from break. But yeah, from father figures in my life, there's a lot of trauma as well. So I have abandonment issues in those areas, and I've like uncovered so much without ever going to an actual therapist. Like, I have yet to have access to a therapist. So refrain from being rude and saying you need to go to therapy, or if you feel like I need to go to therapy, that's on you. You know, that's That's your own judgment. Project all you want to. It's not gonna hurt me no more, because I'm learning that I am doing the best that I can with what I have. And yeah, that will be something that's in my future, but I'm not in any rush, you know? So if you don't have access to going to therapy, still do your best to do the work without letting it spill out, you know, into the world and onto others, because it's not fair. No one else deserves to be attacked because of things that you went through in your life. But yeah, you guys, I'm about to go make my man a plate of food, because I love that man. You know, he hungry and he's gonna come home from work real quick to take a break. And the more I show up for myself, the more I can show up for him and be a peace, you know, bring peace to his life. Like, as women, it's so important to be able to tap into that femininity, love on yourself so you can love on your partner. You know, the more you love yourself, the more you will be able to attract the right partner into your life as well. All right, you guys, I love you guys so much. This was a nice little chat. I don't know what I'm gonna title it. Comment down below if you guys have anything to say. Talk to me in the comment section down below. I love you guys so much. I hope you guys are doing well. I love you guys so much. You know, if nobody told you they love you today, I love you. Sending you lots of love, positivity, and I hope you have a good day, a peaceful day, a calm day, a transformative day, an insightful day. Whatever resonates with you, I hope that you continue to find peace, love, and light in this lifetime. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, you guys.